For a long time now in corporate leadership, there's been this idea of authentic leadership. Maybe the last 15 years, it's been a buzzword that's been knocked around, which is what makes an authentic leader, and organizations have authentic leadership. I was having a conversation recently about this idea of authenticity versus integrity. And the two words which are often used synonymously as if they're interchangeable. And I was kind of pondering, what's the difference between authenticity and integrity? What does it mean in terms of leadership? What does it mean in terms of organizations and social structures and groups? And I just want to share some thoughts. I mean, these are my thoughts. Of course, I could be completely wrong. It's just a reflection of what I think about these two different words and what they mean and how they show up. I think integrity, I'll deal with that one first. I think integrity is kind of an interesting one. Integrity to me is about consistency. It's almost like an adherence or even a compliance with some sort of code, some sort of internal moral code or some expressed moral code. It's something that's probably visible. You can understand that someone's going to behave in a certain way in a certain scenario. They have integrity. Oh, they have integrity. You feel that they're following their own rules that they've proclaimed in some way. So, if you're part of a religion, then people have integrity with that code. Or in a corporate environment, which is where I started this conversation, integrity is very much following the values and code, the structure of that organization. So having integrity, I think, to me, means something that's a balance perhaps of something external and some internal adherence to that external view of the world, that worldview that's come in from outside in some way. Now, of course, some people have integrity with their own code, and again, it's something that they kind of profess into the world or put into the world. This is how I'm going to behave, and we think they've got integrity when they are completely consistent with that. There's some coherence about that. I think authenticity is something different. The more I thought about it, the harder I found it to pin down what really is authenticity. And I think authenticity is about allowing every part of your truth to be seen. And authenticity may not be consistent. What I do today in speaking my truth might be different tomorrow. I speak my truth. It's what comes to me. I allow it to be seen. And I think authenticity is a fascinating concept because in society, we are conditioned not to allow ourselves to be fully seen. We're conditioned to behave with integrity. We're conditioned to behave by some external code. And yet authenticity is about being true to ourselves. We talk about this idea in personal development of just be you. Just being you is really freaking hard. Because what happens is when we're just us, it then potentially clashes with these external values and codes that we're expected to adhere to. There's a wonderful term that came up in the marketing department in the late 80s. BMW created a car that really everybody thought was ugly, and who would buy this car? And the marketing department came up with this idea, which I absolutely adore, of the emancipated navigator. And they talked about the emancipated navigator was someone who found their own true path in life. They weren't swayed by the views of others. To me, that's authentic living. Authenticity, when I used to think about authenticity, I used to think authentic people would be nice people. But actually, authentic people with true authenticity, I think are very challenging people. They're often regarded as being boneheaded because they follow their own rules. They follow their own path. They don't sway to please others. I find them quite intimidating people. But also, they have a magnetism that draws you in because they're so real. There's my riff, I guess, on authenticity versus integrity. I think authenticity is something which is truly from within. It's allowing your true self to be seen and witnessed. And that's deep work. I think integrity is finding a balance between who you are and some form of external code that you adhere to, and being that consistently. So I think you can have integrity and not be authentic. I think you can have authenticity and not appear to have integrity. So I think that they're quite different ideas in the world that are often used interchangeably. So the so what, I don't know what the so what is. I know what I aspire to. I inspire to what is that authentic life? What is that authentic leadership? How do I allow myself to be fully seen? How do I notice every day when I'm not allowing myself to be fully seen because of some external view or some external code I think I should adhere to? That's the work for me. That's the journey that I'm on. So just some thoughts to share with you. What is authentic leadership? I'd love to hear what your views are. Thank you.